Lou, as you may know. I'm here in my car. I'm sitting here alone in the car. And I'm trying. Whoop! I was drawing on you, silly tablet. Hey, how's it going? My name's Lou. I'm hanging out here in my car, and it is 5:30. Now, for those of you who don't know, owning a car in New York City, if you can't afford a garage, is a weird proposition at best. I'm here. I have to move my car at least once a week for alternate side parking. Now, this means that the city can clean the street, in theory, and the city generates a lot of money and revenue from keeping me from. I gotta move from one side of the street to the other. If I don't, I get a ticket, towed, all that. So, in order to avoid getting a ticket, I have to move my car and then sit in it. Now, this is the second part of the day I call the move back, where I move the car back from where it was parked into this new safe parking space that is happening. And but I still have to sit here until 5 of 6 in order to make sure I don't get a parking ticket. That is, the city gives you a 5-minute grace window for not having to move the car. That's not enough, especially because parking spots are so tight in this neighborhood that people start moving their cars an hour to 90 minutes ahead of time. Now, I didn't move my car this morning. I had a Wednesday spot, but I moved to a Tuesday spot. So I avoided one of the moves today. But now here I am sitting in the car. So what's new? I ask you. Hello, two people who are watching. I can't see. But if you want to chat with me, I can see what you write. I'm in the middle of drawing. For the podcast, a lot of times I used to make just screen grabs or whatever off the internet and then just write Lou Reads and the episode number. But lately I've been trying to value add and also not run into the issue of using other people's drawings or artwork in the name of my podcast. So, because as the world gets more complicated, people get more grabby about rights for their art, and understandably. But so let's see. Let me look at recent. Is there a recent on here? No. Well, you know what I'm saying. I was gonna say that at one point I had. Come on. I do want to save it because I don't want to lose my progress. Silly. What about this one? Yeah, so this is like the. Let me see. Can I tap that and bring the focus? Nope. It just switched it to the other direction. Fantastic. Let me see. Get it closer. Maybe it'll. Yeah, there you go. So that's a picture from the last episode of Lou Reads. It's the lonely, erotic cowboy who was a genuine tit man from the last episode. Have you held your cowboy today? That was his little cowboy-related ode to the person who was offering. He lamented that he could not be close enough to massage the milk out of their breasts because he was very into breast milk, I guess. Because that whole episode, if you listen to it, was all about people who are into adult nursing relationships. And that, of course, is when you are an adult who likes to, as the woman, have milk-laden breasts and share this milk with other adults, consenting adults who wish to suckle at the teat of another a woman who's a willing woman to give milk. Now, as odd as it sounds, this is an unusual arrangement, and people do not have a lot of luck finding people who are willing to do this. So there's a lot of, at least on the forum that we read, Spicy Talk forums, as you saw with the erotic cowboy, the genuine tit man. So that was the guy's thing, was that he was offering. He was a strong, callous-handed cowboy who was more than willing to help a woman with her breasts and the milk within. But as we listened to, as we all know from the episode, it didn't really work out for that guy. At least as far as we know. They lived in different states and whatnot. But there was the thing. He was a polite cowboy. Thank you, the rude beast. He you know, it was amazing how many polite people were willing to help women with their breasts. Sadly, there were only a few women who were really looking in order to nurse other people. Although I did find the story of the woman who had been nursing her husband for 11 years to be quite remarkable. In this neighborhood where I live, there was a woman who was definitely breastfeeding her son until he was, you know, old enough to ask for it by name. You know, like you could see them at the playground, and he would go up under her shirt in order to self-suckle and satisfy himself. Wonderful, I guess, if you're comfortable doing that. Not to say that there weren't a lot of people looking side-eye at those people. Anyway, so I take the time in the car sometimes when I'm stuck here, thanks to the city of New York, to work on the drawings. And so this is the next bonus episode, which I should be finishing editing tonight, which is a picture of a woman walking in on her husband doing something, and he is I don't want to, no spoilers, he's doing something to himself. It's not for his own pleasure. It's a medical necessity that if you walked in on someone doing it, you would be like, what? And I read, and it was me, I'll be reading from a website that's one of these weird websites where it's like 8 or 9 HTML pages on one topic, a lot of repetitive stuff. I think the website was built not recently, and it's just basically like an old school attempt to get a lot of whatchamacallit? Oh, it is SERPs, you know, search engine, high rank search engine stuff for the particular act that was happening. Now, Dustin, you are accusing me of prostate milking, this is what this episode is about. I am not, nor have I ever milked my own prostate. I'm trying to think, have I ever had my prostate milked? I think I did, although I didn't know that's what was happening, and it was at camp. I don't know what happened. No, when I was a freshman in college, I had a kidney infection, and I remember I had an Indian doctor who did milk my prostate, and I'm having a visceral memory of it. It was unpleasant. Now, on this website, they really describe the prostate milking as a positive experience once you get used to it. It's true. It's true. So you have to get used to it first. I never got used to it, and I think that doctor, I think he did that once, because he thought I had some kind of deep infection, and it was with his finger. He did not massage my prostate with his penis, because I know that's always a common joke. That's how he got it in there. But no, it was it was a long time ago. It was 18, 19. And then it turned out that it was something else. Like I had a kidney infection, something like that. Boy, science has progressed a long way. Now you can get the instructions to do this to yourself. No problem. So there are some small spoilers happening right now, thanks to Dustin reading what it said on my screen. But yeah, so this is a drawing of someone being caught. Originally, I was gonna draw a drawing, a partial drawing of a guy going like, "What do I do with all this prostate milk?" But that also seemed grosser, but more needed more explanation, I guess. I'm not sure, but yeah. What do I do? Yeah, Dustin, I've been looking back at a lot of old sketches that I found, treasure trove of Gun Show and Your Mom era sketch comedy, and including some 8-track stuff that I did with Marsasak back in the day. And I found a funny sketch that got cut from the Gun Show that I may just record myself doing in my apartment, even though it requires 4 people. It's about a guy trying to talk his wife into a 3-way, and I found it pretty entertaining. And then I found a couple from other people which is why I was sort of like, this either was from Saturday Night Rewritten or from the 8-track, which was that brief sketch show that I was part of, or was a writer on, with a bunch of people. I don't know what do you normally do? I don't know what that question means, but normally I sit in the car. Or are you talking about when I milk my prostate? Oh, I don't milk my prostate. However, I will say that if you listen to the bonus episode of Lou Reads, you will learn how to milk your prostate. Oh, to talk my wife into a threesome, I can tell you that 20 so years ago, I talked about threesomes. Yeah, I talked about threesomes with my wife, not in a way where I was like, "Whoa, I would love to be in a threesome with you," but just I mentioned it, and it was met with such an incredibly negative response that I forever and always knew to never bring it up. There's, as you know, my wife finds the concept completely revolting, and I get where she's coming from. She just not into it. Dustin, I hear what you're saying, that maybe time has passed enough to reopen the idea, the Pandora's box of inviting another lover into our bedroom. However, I think, knowing my wife, I think to do so would be courting super jeopardy, and not yes, my wife, well, she'd be like, yeah, you can have sex with him, stay away from his prostate. That's what she would say. Because in a 3-way, someone's always like, where's the prostate? I need to massage it. And again, if you listen to this next bonus episode of Lou Reads, which should be dropping in the next 48 hours or so, you will know how to milk your own prostate. That's a Lou guarantee. But yeah, I'm fair. I know that many things have, many years have gone by. I'm fairly certain. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I'll bring it up tonight at dinner. I'm sure it'll go over big. Especially, I'll say I was talking about it in public on Twitch, and then people suggested I bring it up again. So what do you think? I think it would go just like we would all hope. Super bad. Okay. Well, I won't mention you. I'll just say people on the internet are saying that internet friends are saying it. But yeah. And then I'll be able to do this show a lot more often because I'll be living in this car instead of just suffering in 1 hour a week. Well, I have to say, I'm glad. It's much easier to chat with people than on the Facebook. Facebook, when you're streaming, has all these little, like, this person is watching, but it doesn't really let you interact with them, although it is easier to bring people into the conversation if you want to do a call. But I'm using Streamlabs, which is a third-party Twitch app. I also have another one that should have a lot of functionality, but I don't think it's as easy to use as this one, by Teradek. And I think you can also do this just out of Twitch. But Twitch is a monster of a company and has all kinds of things going on. I figured if Andy Milonakis can walk around Greece and get people to watch him, why not me sitting in a car doing nothing except talking about milking prostates and showing people somewhat gross drawings. But yeah, I would like to get more people to come sit in the car with me. I need a show producer for this fantastic show that I make. Yeah, I do. I need a social media manager. But what sucks is that it's hard. Like these apps, when you hit record or broadcast, it should trigger and shoot and say, Twitch and all these things. This person's live. This person's live. I don't think any of them do that automatically. At least not that I have discovered so far. But now, as I sit in my car, I know it's going to snow tonight, in theory, and I think that's going to suck. But I'm glad that we're not going to go down to negative 50, like where I used to live in Milwaukee. Negative 50 degrees is too cold. I don't think I've ever experienced that. That sounds like the kind of cold where you, like in The Day After Tomorrow, when those guys in the helicopter come out of the helicopter and they're like, and they freeze. I guess if they're subscribers. Yeah, but I wanted to just blast out to my social media that people can just pick up on, not have to bother people. That's my whole thing. I don't like to bother people. I like to sit in the background and do my thing, and then if you're interested, you can come in. I'm not going to bother you. But, but that goes, but at the same time, I want to be famous. So, I have to go buy a gun, I guess. Gun is the fastest way to get famous. But, oh boy. Anyway, I think it's safe for me to get out of the car. I know that officially I'm not supposed to get out of the car until 5 minutes before. But I'm feeling bold. I also have to get upstairs and start making dinner for my kid. No, don't report me. I don't know who you would report me to. I don't know if you'd have to maybe if you found out the number for the local wing of the NY parking team, or traffic folks as they're called, you could be like, I know a dude is not in his car, come give it a ticket. That'd be fairly petty. Thank you, friend. Hopefully we'll all come out on the other side of this winter storm alive. But really, I just don't want anyone in this city to make $1 off me more than they already do. This goddamn city. Oh, I don't know if you saw, Dustin, but that Dugal, the photo place that was down the street from the old office, closed. And the building has a crazy new lobby. I had to go to the dentist last week. The new lobby is fantastic and marbly. But none of the old door guys work there anymore. Now it's just your standard mopey old dude who barely speaks to you. Yeah, that sucked, having to go back to that office. But I like that dentist. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope this Twitch viewing experience was a success for you as it was for me. And I'm going to get out of my car now and make some chicken fingers or some other garbage. Ooh, what kind of a truck was that? Oh, it was a city bike truck. Nice. Yeah, all kinds of flashing lights, just like a city bike. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.